Hey, in my love. Hello, hello, hello. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I think I'm live. Okay. So we have a vegan impossible burger. Oh man, the sneeze making me almost sneeze there. Okay. So, and then we have some French fries with seasoning on them. And then I also made some molasses milk. And I was talking to my dad about molasses milk and how I've been drinking that lately. And he said that his mom used to make it for him when he was a kid. And he likes cinnamon and nutmeg in it. So let's try it. I added cinnamon and nutmeg to see what it tastes like. Ooh, that's good. It wasn't what I was expecting, but it's very good. Very good. And I'm sure the cinnamon and nutmeg is very good for you as well. Okay, let's see what's new from my subscriptions. Hey, Sor. How you doing? Oh, that's the timer. Okay. So, stove's off, isn't it? Yeah, it's all off. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got. You're feeling sad? Why are you feeling sad? Are you getting cozy? Good. Don't feel sad. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's sad. I'm sorry. Okay, there's a new Ready to Declare. It says daughter seeks out birth parents. Okay. This sounds interesting.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about a particularly fucked up case, and I'm kind of surprised I had never ever heard of it, even though it allegedly made international news. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't a bigger deal in the sense that it wasn't flooding social media, so that either I would have heard about it or one of you guys might have heard about it and then messaged me. I don't know. I'm just surprised I didn't know, because truly the absolute chaos that is all of this. Also, I'm going to be reading an article from the Daily Mail. The only reason that I'm doing this is because this is the one that has the most details.
Why does the Daily Mail always have the most fucked up shit?
They haven't included context. They've left out a lot of things that actually are very significant to the case, in my opinion. So I'll link those other articles down below, but this is by far the one that has most information, so I apologize for that. Incest woman 20 and her baby are laid to rest after being murdered by her husband's father. As her birth mother says, she was initially given up for adoption as an infant because he was abusing her. The young woman who was murdered by her father after they had an incestuous relationship, which resulted in a child, has been laid to rest alongside her baby. Stephen Pladel, 42, who reunited with his daughter Katie Fusco, 20, after giving her up for adoption as a baby, murdered their infant son Bennett, shot dead Katie and her adoptive father, Anthony Fusco, 56, before turning the gun on himself earlier this month. Katie, her son, and Anthony Fusco, also known as Tony, were buried at St. Charles Borromeo Church in Dover Plains on Saturday. Because this is relatively confusing, this couple have a child. Stephen Pladel has a child. He gives up this child. The child is adopted by the Fusco family. This child, Katie Fusco, decides to meet her biological parents. The biological parent, Stephen, decides to kill Katie, her child, and Katie's adoptive father, and then himself. In 1995, Stephen Pladel was 20 when he met a 15-year-old girl named Alyssa on the internet. She soon became pregnant and gave birth to a girl they named Denise. Alyssa Pladel told the Associated Press in an interview last week that they put up the girl for adoption when she was 8 months old. They were young and poor, she said, but she also believed Stephen Pladel physically abused the baby. It was so hard to give her up, Alyssa said, but I had to because I wanted her to live and be happy. The couple later went on to have 2 more daughters, now aged 8 and 12, back in 2018. Tony Fusco and his wife, Kelly, adopted the girl. They renamed Katie and raised her with their biological daughter in Dover, about 80 miles north of New York City. They had a very, very normal life, said Carrie Gould, Kelly Fusco's brother. My nickname for Katie was Pac-Man. She was always eating. She loved animals. She was a vegetarian. So with her adoptive family, Katie seemed to have a relatively normal life from what we know as outsiders, which very quickly and abruptly changed. After turning 18 in January 2016, Katie, who Gould said had been told she was adopted, found her birth parents and messaged them. The Pladels were happy to reunite with her. Instead of going to college in August 2016, Katie moved in with the Pladels in Virginia that month. Tony and Kelly Fusco were apprehensive, Gould said, but they thought Katie was old enough to make her own decisions and supported her. All was not well in the Pladel home. Stephen and Alyssa had already decided to separate and were sleeping in separate rooms. Alyssa said she'd suffered emotional and verbal abuse by her husband for years. So already here, Katie is going to see her birth parents, and the father, Stephen, is abusive. Or was abusive towards specifically his ex-wife. Let's say she started from what looked like a stable situation and went directly into what seems kind of like a lion's den, to be honest. I was always on eggshells. Whatever his mood was, everybody knew, and that mood was often not happy. A lot of yelling, a lot of things smashed in the house in front of our kids, she said. Alyssa told Katie privately that Stephen had abused her as a baby and that a major reason for the adoption was her own safety. Katie, according to Alyssa, didn't appear to be concerned. So this is also part of where I wonder if feelings for her father, creepy to say, had already developed, and that's why she was not that shocked about the abuse, or maybe didn't believe it. A relatively predictable reaction would have been to be in shock, maybe having difficulty to believe it, but also, why would your own biological parent try to tell you that your dad was abusive? That's why you were adopted. Like, unless they're really just trying to be cruel and make shit up, I don't know why someone would lie about something that serious. I mean, people have done worse things, so it's possible. But then again, if you're staying with a person and you trust enough to stay in their house, wouldn't you trust them enough to believe that if they say abuse occurred, that in fact did? Stephen's behavior changed. Katie, Alyssa said. He began wearing skinny jeans and form-fitting shirts. He shaved his beard and let his hair grow long. About 6 weeks after Katie moved in, Stephen one night slept on the floor in her room. It immediately concerned Alyssa. After he did again the next night, she confronted him. He said it was none of her business and stormed out of the house with Katie. Alyssa finally moved out in November 2016, and she shared custody of 2 children with Steve. So this is really where shit starts to get openly fucked up. Stephen's behavior is alarming to me. Now, obviously, a couple that's separating is not always going to get along, but I mean, when your soon-to-be ex-wife is asking you, why are you sleeping on the floor of our grown daughter's room that we're just reestablishing a relationship with, it is weird, okay? It's weird. I think what's creepy is, okay, well, I'm not going to tell you why I'm sleeping in that room. Does that make sense? Because there are plenty of reasons why you could sleep in the same room and it's not a big deal. Anxiety, paranoia, there are plenty of things that I know that could justify that. But the hiding of why or not talking about it is what says suspicious immediately. In May of 2017, she learned from her 11-year-old daughter's journal of the incestuous relationship and Katie's pregnancy. Her daughter wrote that she and her sister were told by Stephen to refer to Katie as their stepmother. Amongst all of this, I'm only going to mention this briefly because we don't know enough, and I mean, frankly, I just hope they're okay. But the children experiencing this, being privy to information that one parent doesn't know, I don't know, I just feel like this would be incredibly traumatic for the children, especially once they get to a certain age where they can understand how fucked up what's going on is. And I mean, obviously this ends in death and murder, so there's also that layer, but just even processing the fact that they were living in a house with 2 people that were related. And I think the weird thing too is that you're your father's kid, right? And then you see your father having a relationship with the other kid as a young child. That would also make me wonder, okay, what are child relationships supposed to be like? I feel like that completely displaces understanding of what family is supposed to be like. That might just be me coming up with random shit, but that's the first thing that came to mind, is like a child's idea of family is based on what they see around them. So if they see that, I started to become hysterical and I called him. She said, I said, is Katie pregnant with your baby? He just said, I thought you knew we're in love. I started screaming, she said. I was just cursing him out. How could you? You're sick. She's a child. And then she called the police. I also think there's something, and I don't use this term very lightly, but the term that did come to mind for me was it is a little bit psycho to respond to your ex-wife freaking out about you having a kid with your kid and you just being like, oh, I thought you knew. You're talking to her as if you just like bought a tea set and you're like, oh, I thought you knew I bought a new tea set. Like, this is groundbreaking, life-changing, traumatizing. This is not something that you're just like, oh, did I forget to tell you? Like, what? I don't understand. As a general rule for all of this video, I do not understand. On July 20th, 2017, 2 months after his divorce from Melissa was finalized and amid the police investigation, Stephen married Katie in Maryland. They lied on their application, saying they were unrelated, according to records. Katie's adoptive parents posed for a photo on the wedding day along with Stephen, Katie, and Stephen's mother.
So
Katie wears a short black dress. Okay, hold on. The adoptive parents were just like okay with it. What is going on here? I truly am having a really hard time following the story because none of these people, except for Alyssa, are acting
it's crazy
in a way I can make sense of. Tony and Kelly Fusco thought there was nothing they could do and had decided it was best to support Katie, Gould said. I don't know how you get to the point of supporting that. Katie gave birth to Bennett
exactly.
on September 1st. She and Stephen moved to a house in North Carolina, but wedding bliss did not last long. They were arrested on incest charges in January. A judge ordered them to not contact each other, and Stephen's mother had custody of their child. Stephen's lawyer, Rick Friedman II, said there was never an allegation that Stephen pressured Katie into a relationship. This is an 18-year-old girl who shows up on the doorstep of a 40-year-old man who's going through difficult times with his wife, Friedman said. They had a bond because they're biologically related, but they never knew each other before they had a sexual relationship. He was head over heels in love with her, so much that outweighed the issue of them being biologically related. No, absolutely not. As soon as he knew, like if she had hidden that she was his daughter, we're talking about something completely different there. But as soon as you know that you're biologically related to someone, there should be a wall that's like 100 fucking meters tall that says no to any kind of behavior of that sort. There should be an immediate lack of attraction. There should be a shutdown. After the arrest, Katie moved back with the Fuscos. Every Tuesday and Thursday, she would travel to her adoptive grandmother's home in Connecticut. On April 12th, Katie and Tony Fusco left the Dover home for Waterbury. In a minivan nearby, Stephen watched them leave. Surveillance videos show. Minutes later, in nearby New Milford, witnesses reported someone opening fire. Katie and Tony Fusco, 56, were fatally shot. Stephen was later found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot back in Dover. Shortly after the New Milford shooting, Stephen's mother, Grace, called 911 to report her son had told her he killed the baby, Katie, and her adoptive father. So amongst revelations regarding grief, Alyssa brought something else up. She also revealed how the warped predator Stephen kept a stash of guns and bore all the hallmarks of a mass shooter in the making. Platel faced incest charges in Virginia, but while the terms of his March 16 bond prevented him from contacting Katie or Alyssa, Platel had no specific restrictions put his access to Bennett. Officers believed he embarked on the killing spree after learning Katie wanted nothing more to do with the incestuous marriage. I keep thinking of how lucky it is that I and our children weren't part of the shooting spree, said Alyssa. He had an obsession with guns. He had been an outcast in school. He hadn't had a job for 8 years. He fitted the exact profile of one of those mass shooters. Alyssa had previously obtained protective orders banning Platel from going near her or her family, but she cannot understand why court would not extend that same protection to Bennett. Platel was originally released February 20th on a $28,000 bond, but lived in a hotel in Virginia because he was barred from returning to North Carolina. Stephen shouldn't ever have been allowed back to North Carolina where he had access to his house, his weapons, the baby, said Alyssa. It's a shocking failure. I can understand that they like to put children in the hands of relatives, but not Grace. She wouldn't have been able to stop him from seeing the baby if she wanted to. Steve may have found a way to get to him, but they could certainly have made things much more difficult for him. I think they could have helped to prevent some, if not all of this. If anyone is brought up on charges of incest, they should never be allowed near minor children. They did not.
I thought my family had problems.
Now, there's another layer to this, which is how Alyssa met Stephen Platel. So how Katie's birth parents met each other too. Alyssa met Pladel on the internet in 1995 when she was 15 and living in San Antonio, Texas, and he was 20 and based in New York. I know there's always debate over age gap relationships, but truly, I don't think there's a debate here. If he's 20 and she's 15, or the other way around, she's 20 and he's 15, there is a problem. A 20-year-old and a 15-year-old cannot relate in that type of way. Obviously, legality is a thing, and I think we all know. Illegal, first of all, but second of all, there's no way in which you can make this okay to me, ever. They exchanged messages, love letters, and Steven visited Texas to begin an underage relationship with her despite the disapproval of Alyssa's parents. Alyssa was pregnant at 16 and gave birth at 17. She says she can see parallels with the way Pladel groomed her as a teenager and how he seduced Katie. The mother of 3 also disclosed that one of the main reasons she gave Katie up for adoption at 8 months was because Pladel was physically, though not sexually, abusive. He was hurting her. There were many times she had several bruises. There's some dark stuff I don't want to put out there because I don't want to hurt her mother and sister any more than they're already hurting. But physical and verbal abuse can be just as devastating as sexual abuse. And when you're at that age, you don't think anyone will believe you. So beneath this whole article, there's a thing about genetic sexual attraction, which is defined as an overwhelming sexual attraction that may develop between close blood relatives who first meet as adults. Genetic sexual attraction is said to be rare, but there have been dozens of reported cases of close relatives falling in love with each other after reconnecting as adults. In 2016, Patricia Spann, 43, and her daughter Misty Spann were arrested and charged with incest after they got married. Okay, that's enough. I think we've all heard enough for several lifetimes. This story is so tragic in so many ways.
See,
I think
look how
part of why the story
look
is
how
so
long
tragic,
my hair
the
that's
deaths
regrowing is getting back.
obviously aside, because that's immediately tragic, is when you think about it. The idea
I have all this
of meeting
regrowth
your
that's
birth
coming
parents,
in.
if you were adopted,
See,
if
this
you
some
decide
of
to
it's
meet them,
like
should be
the
exciting,
short,
right, to meet other people
but
who are your family.
that
who are
is wonderful.
part of
My
your
hair's
life,
coming
even
back.
if they haven't been
I'm not
there
balding.
physically,
I
they're
just
why
got
you
my
put
hair
on
ripped
purple in
out.
the first place. And I feel like that could be so exciting, so interesting to find out even why you are the way you are, maybe similarities with your parents. There's this kind of excitement of getting more answers about who you are, and then it just goes in this fucked up direction of having a father who has multiple issues, is abusive, has the mass shooter vibe going on, and then is also creepy towards you. And I mean, I don't know how consensual all of that was, so I'm not going to even go there, but they did get married. It seems like there may have been feelings on both sides. I don't want to guess, but it's a possibility. It's one of those things that could have gone into such a wholesome direction, but it got contorted, and I think that's what makes it even more tragic, because it started, at least on her end, as something completely relatively normal for an adopted kid or adult, she was 18, to want to find out more about themselves, right? Anyways, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.
I'm just gonna comment, that's nasty. Okay, let's give our scalp our nightly massage, help the hair grow back in. It's pretty thick in the back. It's just kind of regrowing in the front. And my hair was so healthy from the last time I had hair loss. I've suffered with hair loss several times, and most of it was due to styling, but I've also suffered from hair loss due to stress, and I've suffered from hair loss due to having like actual damage from somebody ripping out my hair. That's the last time. Last time it was stress and damage, and also medication that made it fall out. And now I'm like treating it with the right kind of oils and stuff. I know how to like make it grow back. Like if I really wanted to get dramatic too, I could get like a hair regrowth shampoo, but I might as well just do the oil thing. It seems to be working really well. But yes, my hair is so much more thicker now. It's going back thicker. Woo, 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 woo. Want some perfume? Let's see. What else can we react to? I'm gonna watch something kind of funny or upbeat. This plant hacks your brain. That was about coffee. No, I'm not interested. Is this Beavis and Butthead? What is this? It is. What is this? I hope they don't shoot the deer. That's why I stopped watching it, because I didn't want to see a deer get shot. Okay. Let's see what. Let's see. Is it pronounced Hideki? Utsumi? Hideki Utsumi. Let's see what his bird's doing. Shit. Was that an Owen Wilson wow? He's like laughing. How cute. Okay, what else we got here? Ooh, is this a new English heritage? How to make Palestine soup. Is it Palestine or Palestine? It's time to be option and proper now. It keeps shooting out everywhere. Oh my god.
Season's greetings. You find me making Palestine soup, a popular dish at Christmas time, and the perfect way to start a festive dinner. For this recipe, you will need...
Why does it keep spinning? This is so hard to do.
Jerusalem artichokes, onion.
Jerusalem artichokes?
Celery,
what?
ham.
Do they use a lot of Jerusalem artichokes in England? Because those are from like America. I don't know. Do they have them elsewhere? But I know they're like native to the Americas. They're like a sunflower thing. They're delicious. I love them. But I didn't know they had them in England during that time period.
Mace, sugar, a good meat stock, butter, flour.
I guess so.
And
Because that would be
cream.
when they're like colonizing America and shit. And putting people in
Annie Chase has already
residential
peeled
schools.
and started to chop the artichokes, which she's put in water with plenty of lemon, as they do brown easily. I'm going to finish chopping them by cutting them into equal pieces so they cook evenly.
I got a little damp so it will dry and get its natural
These
curl.
are Jerusalem artichokes. They're not for everyone, on account of them having an effect on your digestive system. But I think
I like
they
them.
have a delicate flavour, and when they're cooked,
What the hell? Why does it keep falling? Is there like an earthquake or some
I
shit?
think I've made this soup.
I've heard a lot of things fall lately. Let's check the earthquake
which is
monitor thing.
They're not from Jerusalem. I was once told that they come from North America and used to be called Canada potatoes.
Canada potatoes?
They have a lovely flower.
I'm going to start calling them
which
that.
follows the sun.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't wait to go to like a grocery store with somebody, go shopping with somebody, and I point out to the Jerusalem artichokes, they call them Canada potatoes. I gotta remember that. Put that in the back of your little mind. Your little tiny mind. And remember the Jerusalem artichokes were once called Canada potatoes.
And in Italy, they are called girasole, which I suppose
I like
sounds a little
Canada
bit like
potatoes
Jerusalem.
better.
And apparently that's what they're named after. Now I'm going to put all of this in a pan with my other ingredients. The celery, onions, ham, a little bit of mace, teaspoon of sugar, and finally my stock. We have different qualities of stock here in this kitchen. As this is for the family's Christmas day, I've chosen the finest. It's a veal stock, which is very flavoursome. There aren't many ingredients in this soup, so it's important that they are the finest. Now we're going to bring this to the boil and then let it on a rolling boil for
There's nothing
3/4 of an hour to an
veal.
hour until the vegetables are soft.
Completely cruel and disgusting.
I'll get Mary Ann to keep an eye on it so that it doesn't reduce too much.
I used to eat veal. I grew up
While
eating
my
veal.
vegetables are boiling,
But it's
I'm going
disgusting.
to mix some flour and butter together to thicken my soup. You can thicken soups in different ways, and I like my girls to know about them all. You can add egg yolks, which makes the soup velvety. That's very easy to make it curdle if you're inexperienced. You can use arrowroot, which makes the soup look glossy, but it's very easy to overcook it. Or the easiest is corn flour, but then you need to make sure it's well cooked out. I think this method is my favourite. There. Now this needs to be kept cool. So I shall go and put it in the larder.
Wait, what did she just do? I was like floating off into space. She was doing something. I think she used egg and was it butter or was it egg and butter or was it egg and flour? I don't know. I can't travel
Now that
back
my
to that
artichokes
time
are
anymore
done,
unless I move
I'm
my
going to
arm.
puree the soup by pushing it through this sieve here to make sure it's the right texture. That's going to take a long time.
Oh man, this is a lot of
But
work.
it's much easier when the vegetables and ham have been well cooked.
Who puts in this much work and effort
One of the
into a
first
soup?
things a scullery maid learns is how
Those
to pound
Victorians.
meat and puree it to make
They
force
tried
meat
so hard every time they made
through a
something
sieve,
to eat.
like this, but more robust. It's difficult, but it creates the stamina and strength for lots of the kitchen tasks. Now I'm going to add my flour and butter mix.
Oh my god, look how greasy I am. It's freaking gross. I like washed my face yesterday too. I feel it.
I'll return this to a clean pan.
Scrape it off. Just
and keep
go like,
stirring it.
Like,
So the butter will
like a
melt.
butter knife.
And the flour will thicken the soup nicely.
Spread it on toast. Oh my god. Why am I so greasy? I took a bath. Didn't I take a bath this morning? Or did I take a bath last night? I don't remember. I think I took a bath last night. I don't think I've taken a bath yet today. Maybe I did. Wait, yeah, I did. I did take a bath today. Took a bath before I changed my clothes. Because I was wearing my pajamas earlier and I changed into some loungewear.
Now the soup is done. I'm just going to taste it.
Oh god, this is awful. How could I commit such an atrocity?
Salt,
Oh no, there's no salt in my soup. Just a pinch will do.
a little pepper,
Ooh, little pepper. Little pepper in my
and some
soup.
cayenne pepper
It's some cayenne pepper. I can't say
for flavour.
I can't say
Some people
cayenne.
add almonds.
Almonds. What's she gonna add? Almonds? No, she's dishing it up now. She didn't add her almonds. Okay. That looks like a nice pot of soup. Good job, Mrs. Kirkcombe. Or how do you pronounce it? Kirkcombe? Kirkcombe?
And I'm going to serve it with these sippets. There we are. Palestine soup.
Ooh, slow-mo opening soup. Fantastic. That's a beautiful shot of the open soup. 360 angle. Now some waddling gooses walking away. Beavis and Butthead do DMT on Joe Rogan's podcast. I've never done DMT. I'm kind of scared to do it. I don't really want to do it. I saw my friend do DMT once and it looked like it really upset him, so I don't really want to do it. But anyway, let's watch this.
Okay, bonus podcast with Beavis and Butthead. Gentlemen, thanks for coming. Thanks. Yeah, I remember moving to LA. I think someone I knew gave me a VHS tape of all the Beavis and Butthead episodes. So I was watching VHS tapes of Beavis and Butthead, and I remember me and this girl that I was dating at the time laughing our fucking ass off.
Did you like Sarah boobs?
Boobs. When did you make the first one?
I don't know.
Well, it's still funny. It's still funny. It
This
really
isn't that
holds
funny.
up.
I'm not entertained. It was too slow. Okay, figgy pudding. No, I don't care. Oh, I haven't seen the yet in a long time. I haven't watched this show in a long time.
Spend a lot.
I
Of time together.
genuinely
This is
get a
unnatural
few
and
laughs out of this show.
The village people.
Village people.
Girl dolly leave by waiting for the Uber.
Do you mind if I share something with you all?
That song is so funny. You know, other one I also love that they use in this. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the other like slut music.
Good.
That one's good. The piano and is always hilarious.
Which should be fun? How about my boobs?
I'm just out here waiting for the Renaissance. Jennifer Owens.
The one here's pretty hot.
Oh my god, my like they're insane. Well, they know I'm insane.
If you're not gonna be my friend, please don't be my enemy.
We're trying to keep it wholesome, but then you got this cat doing what I did.
Katya
last
looks so pretty
night.
there.
Oh, she said, she said, I'm spooky. Oh my god! Stay close to the candles. They stay away. Candle touch us. And my can I see? Oh, sorry, I know.
Hi. Trixie Mattel.
So bad. Janie, are you decent? Janie? Trixie Mattel. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a nice refreshing drink after a long day at work. How did I?
No, I
stepped on it. I did. That's 5 pins, not 4 Dolores. Trixie Mattel. Yes. And it's time, men. When
That's like my
talk about
brain
it,
right
I
now.
don't think that's rude. That's my prerogative, Katya. Nope, I'm gonna do that. And then the thrick, Trixie Mattel. And I do hope that was wrong. Katya. And welcome to the show where we talk about whatever we want. Is this our show? So nasty and so rude.
I gave my Katya shirt to this cool chick I met in the hospital, and she's like, "Oh, that's such a pretty picture." She wanted my shirt, you know, and I gave it to her.
Oh my God.
And then later on, she asked me who it was, and I said it's a drag queen, and she's like, "What?"
it's a rap.
I don't know. She didn't know it was a drag queen on the shirt, so
On Earth's
I don't think she really had a problem with it being a drag queen. She just didn't like expect it to be a drag queen, you know.
Well, there's 4, maybe 5. There's probably
Her, Katya, of course.
Oh, this is what witches do when they want to. How rude! Oh, Downton Abbey. Everything's rude on that show. It is. Yeah, well, because it's like stuffy. Because it's like, you came to dinner with only 3 rom-coms. What a trust. You know what I mean? Like, he was wearing a sand pink smoking jacket when he was clearly not smoking. That's me when I got exiled. Yes, but it's unconscionable. Do you believe in magic when an old man dies? If we had parents, do you think people will be like, I mean, I think that they do that just because it's something different. Do you think they have a lace beard made? I think for one of the put you in touch with someone in 10 minutes. We'd have you laced and wigged out in the face in selfies.
Yeah, I think lace like beard and hair, genius. Create lace beard and hair. I need to do that. I need to make a lace wig. Oh my god, a lace wig. Sounds amazing. Just all a bunch of lace hanging down. That sounds beautiful. I've never seen anything like that before. I want to make it. New hair goals. Lace wig.
This could be huge for you. This could be a big deal. Damn. Oh. I love to drive. I go through hell driving. Damn. Sometimes your pain lets you know, hey,
I got the idea for a lace wig from Trixie Mattel. Come out with this beautiful like layered lace upon lace upon lace, and it's all got like beads and stuff in it, and yeah, that is my final life goal. So a beautiful lace wig. It will be so amazing. I get it.
Finally getting noticed you can respect me. She's sewing, she goes, okay. I was like twisting her arm. And you throw a turd. She put that turd in your mouth. Eat that turd. Why don't you eat poop? Why don't we eat more poop in this industry?
Oh my God.
What about a show where we tour and we just eat? No, stop it!
Sarah, oh yes. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. And something as simple as witchclaws can really transform the look.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, if it's not that big around, don't call me.
Yeah, hello.
If I can't do this. One time, I was getting ready here for the Critics' Choice Awards in this episode, and I got to the Critics' Choice Awards a little late, and I got to the red carpet, and they closed it in my face. And guess who didn't buy a ticket to the ceremony? Because it's $1,500 even if you're nominated, which I think is crazy.
No, but then the network pays for it if you're in like one of those Hulu things.
Not with the network.
Oh my God, I'm thirsty. I need
This is
something
the
to drink.
mission. I'm like, I don't need a picture. It's fine. I don't need a picture. I don't need. And they're trying to like, can she just get on the? Can you turn the lights back on?
They're making it worse.
They're going. Can you just turn the lights back on for a second? So she just get a picture with her phone. Oh my God! Oh no! This pig needs a picture, please. She's so sad. And then I go, well, I know this is a cocktail reception, so I'll just go down to the cocktail reception. I go down there. They're closing it. The bar's closed. Everyone's going out of their seats. Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang go, "Are you coming inside?" I go, "I don't have a ticket." They go, "What?" I said, "I don't have a ticket." So I just got in the Uber and went. Yeah. Humiliation. You know what? Dancing is the thing where it's like everybody can do it as a private citizen. Yes. If we're talking about getting it filmed and disseminating that film or doing it professionally, leave it to the professionals. Does that go to TikTok? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Don't do this.
Yes.
I'm hot, but I'm boring. That's fine.
We got some
TikTok.
water.
I mean, that is what it
That's
is.
TikTok. Yeah, I have a great technique. I think I said it before. I treat myself like a sibling. Yeah, I blindfold them. Human toilets. Do you love them?
What?
Human toilets. How do you feel about them?
Like a chair with a mouth flipped open?
Do you think it's a kink that borders on mental illness?
Who's to say? People think this is mental illness.
In what ways? Let's answer some questions that you submitted on Twitter using the hashtag button. Wow, help me. A lot of these questions are often rude.
Yeah, totally.
What shall I do if I get embarrassed super easily and can't even go out properly because I'm too afraid to do anything stupid or look bad and embarrass me?
Okay, well that's a great question. If you are well, first of all, you're bored. If you're white or very fair, I would say slather on a ton of foundation. I'm not joking because you'll never have to worry about people seeing the blush. I mean, honestly, I would really say that because this is so great. I never have to worry about being embarrassed. I always am ashamed.
The truth is, though, whatever, I feel like being embarrassed is because you think that when you enter the room, everybody's assessing you.
And they are, but not to the degree.
Yeah, nobody can.
No.
Some people do.
What if I fart or people find out I have sex?
Okay. Some people do. I know who my enemies are because they will start saying flattering things that are hidden behind lies, you know? It's really easy to suss out a liar that's a hater. That's like somebody that's like super jealous of you for some stupid reason. I don't know why people get jealous of me. I am like the least cool person in the motherfucking world. I'm so boring. Like all I want to do is like create things and sleep and eat and just express myself. I don't even really have to have friends, just so long as I'm expressing myself. I mean, like, it's just, but I do like having friends, but I could probably be a hermit for the rest of my life and not really give it two shits, because as long as I can like express myself by vlogging or whatever and doing my crafts and shit, I'm good. you know, but I would love to have like a loving relationship in some point in time in that. I would love to have like some close friendships, but like I don't really care about, I don't know. I feel like so many people get so wrapped up in like shallow things in life that they forget to care about the things that really do matter. Cute animal videos on the internet. Okay. Let's see. What's this? I could just be really high and rambling though.
I mean, so how did you both? I'm looking for a Peter.
Oh my gosh, Trixie, you make such a beautiful hummingbird. Oh my gosh. I love that for you, Trixie. You're just hummingbird. They're all looking at me like,
I've improved a lot. What have you done?
oh my god, Katya, you made an amazing barrel. I can't believe what an amazing barrel you made.
Alright. Let's stop talking. Let's not talk. We're gonna go brunette for the 8th season.
Oh my god, Sandra Bullock.
Why were they born to try it? Why doesn't everybody have a banner that has their mission statement that reads, "I am here to try you until my last breath"?
I need water.
Oh my god, that's exact audio about here, Cape Cod. And my sister had to go to the bathroom.
I think the heater's kind of making me hot.
It's a wrap on my brain. It's a wrap on my brain.
Or it could be all the fried greasy food.
Yeah.
Yep. Or it could be premenopause. That heater's like blowing right on me though.
Our friends at WoW are making the show possible.
I think I'm gonna turn off the heater.
There was some commotion for the unsung heroes of this program. Think about it.
Peter Barbertall.
Jeff and Ron. Up there in heaven twerking with Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, and Paul, and of course, the dearly departed Chris Smith.
Dead, gone
Dead,
too soon,
passed on.
gone way too soon.
The green screen.
She stays green
And Pete, who comes in and paints this
every
on
single day.
Sundays. Yes.
Every day.
When you're painting a green wall that's already green, are you like, what is that?
Well, when you look away, everything's red.
I'm gonna dance.
Whoa.
That's wild.
You know what I want to dance to?
Show me just toward the whole world and every
I
single
want to
shot
dance to
of the world.
Lady
That's
Gaga,
showing music.
but I have a feeling YouTube would have a problem with that.
Your continued
But I don't know.
allows us to drop that.
And I really want to dance to some fucking Lady Gaga. That sounds fabulous. Because I got that song. Oh, what song is that? Where she's like, dance, dance, dance until it's the last night. Like it's the last night of your life or something like that. Like Jesus, throw your hands up like Jesus said. You know, that song, I got it stuck in my head. And I want to dance to that. But I don't think I should. What should I dance to? Let's see what dancey music we have recommended to us. Should probably put my glasses on before I start dancing though, because I won't be able to see shit. I'll fall over and shit if I don't put my glasses on. Dancing. I'm curious. Do I want to listen to that? I'm curious what songs would come up on that. Okay, we're gonna do this one. This one. Oh, what? They don't have. Oh, it's the full album. Okay. Let's see if I can dance to the full album. This, of course, is like gentle ballerina dance. We need some lights on. Make it a club. Yeah. Is it better that way? Or better this way?
Gorillas in the boss dog, planet of the apes. Revolution will be televised. The pollution from the ocean, now with the ocean. Push peace and keep it in motion. Kids gather around, yeah, I need your focus. I know it seems like the world is so hopeless. It's like Wonderland. Now fascinate me, picture and animate me. The sun rolling, keep holding, click clacking, crack a lacking, phone packet, roll stacking, acting a fool when I teach. Welcome to the world of the plastic beach. Yeah. Welcome to the world of the plastic beach. Mirror, mirror on the wall, boss dog, give it to him, get it on, turn it up, speed it up, slow it up, underground, but he under us, undercut, shipped up, shipped out.
Feels so good to dance. I haven't danced since I was in the hospital. I danced a lot in the hospital.
Yeah, this is my path. Belly flopping, rocking while I'm rocking in the bubble bath. And I'm just like that. Foes always added up to get you more cash. Yeah, so quick, so fast. All the kids say they love it, but I never laugh. Welcome to the world of the plastic beach. 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 gym. Holly up home, this is where I want to live. Twist out like Nemo. On the D-Lo, I don't know if it's green, but it's green though. On the other side of the fence, right to the ends. Look, no vest, no stress, no rent, no stress. Shit is real fun. Where the women look,
I need a break.
beach goes, speech goes. Like hi, little lady, 6 on the beach, wanna try for a baby. Live in the village, I'm a bit crazy.
Well, it was like 3 songs in. So I danced for like 6 minutes, nonstop. Pretty good. Let's log that and see how many calories I burn. What? All that only burned 55 calories? I don't believe it. Not at all. Maybe if you're really skinny, but not at my weight. I had to burn more than 55 calories.
I'm a scary gargoyle on a tower that you made with plastic power. Your rhinestone eyes are like factories far away. Where the paralytic dreams that we all seem to keep drive on engines till they weep with future pick songs, factories far away. So call the mainland from the beach. Your part is now washed up in bleach. The waves are rising for this time of year. And nobody knows what to do with the heat. Under sunshine pylons will meet while rain is falling like rhinestones from the sky.
Okay. So, yeah, that would make sense. So, 30 minutes would be like 300 calories. What the fuck? Yeah. So you could burn anywhere from 300 to 800 calories in 30 minutes of belly dancing. So that sounds like a lower estimate of how many calories I burn. 55 is a lower estimate. So it might be up to like 75 maybe. Still, I feel like that's too low for how many calories burned while dancing, but I don't know really. I used to do like weightlifting, which burned massive amounts of calories, so and swimming. That was my 2 favorite things, weightlifting and swimming. Okay, I don't want to dance anymore. I have to do a tarot reading though. I don't know. Okay. But I can't do it tomorrow because my brother will be over. So. I'm kind of thinking I might not do tarot for this week either. Because don't know. I just can't commit to doing every sign every day. It's really hard to make that kind of commitment. Like, I pretty much can't be hanging out with friends or family if I like make that commitment to do at least one reading a day, because like sometimes it takes me to regroup myself and focus after being out with friends and family a lot. So I need some time alone sometimes too. You know, because the introverts got to recharge themselves. Okay, what the fuck was that? Oh my god, it makes a scary spooky noise. You hear that? It's scary and spooky noise. Okay. Oh. Okay, I don't want to do a tarot reading. I don't really want to do a tarot reading. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do a tarot reading tonight. I thought I was going to, but I don't think I want to. Because I'm going to be able to get up kind of early for my brother to come over. And I think I want to be in bed by like 12. Because I got to be up and ready for when my brother comes over. So, yeah. So I'll talk to you all later. I hope you have a lovely evening. Bye.